And we begin with a live look outdoors this morning. You can't see how cold it is out there, but boy, you'll be able to feel it the moment you step outside. North Texas waking up to temperatures in the 20s. And it's going to get even colder in a few hours.
Yeah, our weather and traffic team has been tracking these bitter cold temps overnight. They've got a look at when we will finally warm up, plus any areas you will want to avoid on the road this morning.
Yeah, we've got team coverage for you as well. Our crews are spread out across North Texas, from how to get your kids dressed for the bus stop to live updates from the airport. And we're talking, you don't hear this often, but lake effect snow. So we're getting you ready for a freezing cold day. Good morning. Thanks for being with us here on air and on WFAA Plus. I'm Kara Sewell.
Yeah, buckle up. I'm Matt Howerton in for Mark. This is a WFAA weather alert day. And if you are heading out the door, you will need to be dressed in layers.
Yeah, your heaviest code. Several North Texas school districts are still open. We've been waiting for any updates on that. It's going to be cold at the bus stop. So let's go over to meteorologist Greg Fields. Greg, you know, we are seeing these low temperatures. That wind chill makes it even worse.
Yeah, those wind chills, they're below zero here for you this morning. Those temperatures down in the teens as we take you out to Fair Park here this morning. So that cold air we've been talking about this week, it has arrived in a big way across North Texas. So please do dress accordingly. You saw Natalie all with a scarf over her face. That's a good example of what we can expect heading out the door this morning. What you need to do as you head on out the door, be prepared for this. We're looking at those lower teens right now, heading on out to Denton at 13-10 indicator right now. Those lower teens up along the Red River there for Gainesville as well. 14 coming over to Fort Worth, and 17 getting out to Terrell and Canton. But once we factor in those winds, they are strong out of the north, 15, 25, maybe gusting up to around 30 miles per hour and over. -5 is what it feels like in Denton right now, below zero in Fort Worth, 2 below heading out to McKinney with that wind chill right now. And look at Mineral Wells, -9 right now. So yes, it is seriously cold out there for us here this morning. Now you can see the temperature change compared to 24 hours ago. 35 degrees colder heading out to Fort Worth, 34 degrees colder in Denton. So that cold Arctic air has blown in. And yes, we have seen a few snow flurries flying around here early this morning as well. We'll zoom in on the metroplex. The dusty snowflakes kind of flying around, kind of blowing around a little bit, not accumulating in all. And Mariel's going to be along to talk a little bit more about that, so I won't steal her thunder there. So we do have a few flakes of snow out there for you, but we still have that weather alert in effect now through Thursday morning. So we will have more cold temperatures and maybe a few slick spots on the roads here this morning. Haven't gotten too many reports of that. That is some good news, but still keep that in mind as you get going. The cold, though, that's going to be the story with those temperatures not getting above freezing for today. So remember the 4 Ps we always talk about, and hopefully you've already done that and downloaded the WFAA weather app as well. Now we are going to see some sunshine breaking out today, but check out these temperatures as we look at your day planner. We'll still see those strong north winds through the day, 15 to 25, and that high only around 29 as we come home later today. So we are talking about those temperatures that will be quite cold tonight, maybe breaking a new record low for tonight going into tomorrow morning. So we'll talk more about that for you here in just a few minutes. But now we're going to check on traffic, getting over to Brianna.
Hey, let's do it. Good morning, everybody. So I do want to start off with a pretty cool visual, actually. This is Loop 12 at 183 East, and you could see right here in the corner, guys. Yeah, that's what Greg was talking about, the little flurries in the air. But it's areas like this. This is in Dallas County that TxDOT has been preparing with brine because they are, expecting those icy conditions in that area. And it's all across DFW and the metroplex where we can expect to see those icy conditions. There are a couple of areas where I am keeping an eye out on the roadways as well. Sorry about that. My cameras are not functioning properly, but one of those areas is 35W in Fort Worth. So we did see during 2021 that really, really big incident where a lot of people did lose their lives, a lot of icy conditions with those, with that roadway. We're also going to keep an eye on Woodall Rogers Freeway as well, because that is a densely packed area. And let me just show you a couple more cameras here. Here's the high five. It's areas like this, bridges, those overpasses that you have to be very careful traveling on. If you do start to skid, a tip for you is, take your foot off of the gas, don't hit the brakes, and just turn your wheels in the direction of the skid. Also, at the Dallas North Tollway, express lanes have been closed off by TxDOT. I'll send it back to you.
Okay, thank you for the update. Now, we are following breaking news for you this morning. Right now, crews are braving the dangerous cold while they are battling a fire.
Yeah, this is happening on Hardy Avenue in Corsicana. That's about an hour southeast of Dallas. Chris Sadeghi just got to the scene. And Chris, can you tell what's going on right now?
Yeah, Matt, we just got here. From what we can see from the road, there is some flames still going on in what we're told is a warehouse where a fire broke out. You can see that orange glow and the smoke rising up above it. The fire department here in Corsicana still down there. We can see them from back here. The reason we're back here and they're down there is because Corsicana police do have Hardy Avenue shut down. They don't want any through traffic. The reason why, if you look over here to your left, they have to run the water hose all the way from the hydrant out here on the avenue all the way down there to the warehouse. We're not sure if anybody was in the warehouse, what may have caused it at this point. As I said, they're still fighting it right now in the fire department a ways from where we are. But we can tell you from past experience, we know that when things do get cold, people a lot of times in their attempt to be warm, unfortunately, a lot of times accidentally start these fires, be it with space heaters or any other heating source. So we're working to get that information about what caused it, if anybody was around, if anybody's still in there, and how they're progressing on this fire, again, that's at a warehouse in Corsicana. Right now they have us out here at the road as they try to put the flames out. And the road, Hardy Avenue, currently blocked down. Matt and Kara, back to you.
Yeah, I know Natalie was just giving us those heat safety tips from the fire department yesterday. Turning back to our weather coverage right now, some North Texans may be waking up to small snow flurries.
Yeah, it won't be much, but it's all thanks to the lake effect snow that usually happens when cold air sweeps over warm water.
Natalie Haddad live at Grapevine, Lake Grapevine. And Natalie, let's talk about what you're seeing. We don't normally talk about lake effect here in Texas.
No, you may be able to see some of the flurries around me thanks to our lighting, but even if you can't, what you can see is what's going on behind me over Grapevine Lake. We're here at Scott's Marina Landing, and you can just see that foggy, spooky hollow-like scene going on next to the boats. I'm not going to even try to pretend to play meteorologist here. I'm going to leave it all up to Mariel Ruiz here in a second. But I just want everyone to see just where exactly this lake effect snow is coming from. It's nothing I've personally ever seen here in Texas, so it's really quite the scene. Now, this actually started late last night. Check out this video of what it looked like. Now, this is not the kind of thing to accumulate or cause any travel disruptions, but if you live near one of the area lakes here in North Texas, this is something you may, be seeing, especially as the sun comes up, but it's so long as it's still cold and windy. And oh my gosh, is it so windy. Now, Mario Ruiz, I'm going to send it back over to you back in studio. I have never been this covered live on air before, and I've never seen something like this. Truly quite the morning over here. Why? I would love to hear the explanation of all of this.
Well, Natalie, I'm so glad you're bundled up. With wind chills that are close to zero, you need to be layered up. You need to cover as much exposed skin as possible. And hopefully she can find the warmth in her car there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. It's not all lake effect snow. I do want to emphasize that. But where Natalie is specifically, it is because she's, right by a lake. But you can see those flurries on radar, not just in Dallas, Tarrant County, but now Johnson, Ellis County as well. Now, like I said, it's not all due to lake effect. Some of it's actually due to moisture at what's called a temperature inversion. And I'll explain that in the next hour, but I do want to focus in on the lake effect part because we definitely saw it last night when that cold air rushed over some of the very warm waters of the lake by comparison. Here's a look at our Cedar Hill camera. It's really dark, but you can see the flurries flying. Okay, so let's talk about what lake effect snow is specifically. Basically, you have this large body of water in North Texas. We have several of them. You have relatively warm water, and it's relatively warm in comparison to the air that surrounds it. So then you get this blast of Arctic dry air that moves in overhead. Whenever you see that proximity, you get the heat and the moisture that rises from the warm warm lake, the moisture condenses and snowflakes fly. And whenever the winds kick up, you can see those snow flurries get carried for not just say right off of the lakeshore, but maybe even up to a mile away. And that's exactly what we saw with Natalie's live shot there. So again, not all of it is due to lake effect. Some of it is, and I'll explain the other part in the next hour, Kara.
Okay, yeah, it's just bizarre. I usually think about New York or, you know,
Buffalo?
just exactly those states up north. Okay, let's give you a live look right now over Woodall Rogers Freeway in Dallas. Overnight road crews began 12-hour shifts to help keep bridges, overpasses, and main streets clear of any ice.
Yeah, crews have been out for days prepping our roads for the winter weather, but your morning commute could still be slick in some areas if it remains wet from yesterday. So we're going to talk to TxDOT, I believe, about this now.
Yeah, current conditions coming to us from Michael Ray from the North Texas Tollway Authority. Hey, good to talk to you again, Michael.
Hey, Kara, stupid groundhog was right, I guess.
Oh, don't say that to our weather team.
Oh, gosh.
They're not fans of the groundhog. You know, let's talk about any trouble spots you're seeing right now.
Well, we had a cruise out, as you talked about. We did the brining on Sunday and Monday to put a good barrier on the roadway itself. We've had the crews out since just after rush hour last night, and they've been patrolling overnight. Don't want to jinx anything, but it's been looking pretty good. We do see the flurries. You're going to see some visibility issues, especially if you're out very early, obviously, but nothing is sticking yet, nothing to treat. Aside from a spot here and there with some water, residual water, where we put down a little bit of product, we haven't had to do much overnight. Now, having said that, keep in mind, when you do get out, you'll be driving on a frozen roadway. Regardless of the conditions, you're going to need to slow it down and be mindful of that. But thus far, although the blowing flurries are, again, a visibility issue, they haven't stuck to the roadway yet. Nothing we can treat thus far. If that changes, we'll put down some de-icing product in spots that need it. But thus far, we have not seen anything. The wind has actually helped in a lot of cases to keep the roadway dry.
Yeah, hey, Michael, Matt here. You work for the North Texas Tollway Authority, not TxDOT. Sorry, didn't mean to say something. Didn't mean to say something blasphemous on air. But you guys obviously have a huge all hands on deck moment for this. And, you know, we always kind of see, you know, folks treating the roads, but give us an idea of just how many crews are out there, because it's more than just a few that you pass by on the way to work.
Yeah, and we are in this together. We all work together with all the roadway agencies in North Texas, and we'll put out more than 100 trucks per shift moving about. That's, you know, trucks that load the various spreaders and whatnot. So we have a lot of people on this. But in this condition, you've got the patrol is in the crew leads that go out ahead of the patrols and kind of scout the roadways and give you an overall condition of what they will encounter. So it's a lot of people right now, but thankfully not having to do a lot of spreading. Now, again, if that changes, then we're out on the roadway, react, and those scouts can also get ahead of any trouble spots and have a rapid reaction force.
All right, Michael, thanks again. It just always helps to get some insider knowledge for folks waking up this morning heading out. We appreciate it.
Well,
All right, thank you.
Oh, sorry about that, Mike. Our weather coverage is nonstop this morning. I'm just calling him TxDOT. You know, he's with North Texas
Get
Toll
off his
Authority.
bad side, man.
I know, right? I'm stepping all over him. Well, we'll be bringing you live updates all day long on our free streaming app, WFAA Plus. And we've got extended daybreak coverage starting at 7 a.m. You can download WFAA Plus on your smart TV, whether it's Apple TV, Roku, or Fire TV, to stay connected.